Hello everyone, it is Susan here and welcome to my channel, Susan Hiles Art. And welcome to my crafty chit chat and slow stitching video. So we're going to work on this block today, and I think what I'm going to start with is I wanted to sew around this piece of stamped fabric because this is hashtag stamp and sew, and you can check out that hashtag to find others that are participating. And it's a very unofficial, very relaxed kind of thing. If anybody wanted to do a video or whatever for a week or several weeks, you're welcome to. But what I want to do, since this fabric is so close in color with the background fabric, I think I want to sew just like a little border or outline to it. Not quite a border because it's not going to be on the very edge, but let me grab a needle and let's go ahead and get that done. And then we're going to do some couching for the butterfly, and then I'm thinking some French knots for like where these circles are. I don't know, I have to see because I'm not sure exactly how the couching is going to look. I am going to use this seam binding, and I will be, twisting it to get it as narrow as possible. But I can't totally envision what it's going to look like. So once I see that, then I'll be able to really decide. Ooh, that's hard to pull through. Really decide what I want to do with those decorative circles there. So I'm just doing the straight stitch, and the yarn that I'm using, I'm trying to think. It could be Appleton yarn, and what I've done is I'm just using one strand of it to go around here. I mean, I want to be able to see the border or the outline of this piece of fabric, but I don't want it to be too no, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want it to pop too much. So I want it to be a little bit more in the background, just kind of there, to help visually see the piece of fabric that I'm actually working on. And so that's why I decided not to do two strands, and I'm doing just one. So I think that this should work okay. And yeah, yep. And it's going to help, I think, hold it down as well when I do go to sew the butterfly. So, yep. And straight stitching is quick. I mean, it's quick. And, I think I can take this pin out. I don't want it to buckle once I do the couching of the butterfly. The potential's there, so right now I'm trying to keep it as flat as possible so that it doesn't doesn't buckle. And yep. So, all right, and then of course, I'll be adding this stamped and sewn piece to my wall hanging. And I shared in last week's video, what I want the final piece to look like. So you can definitely check out that video. I will try to put a link below. But otherwise, you can just click on videos here on my channel and you'll see it. All right, so that was that. Easy peasy, quick, perfect. Okay, so that's that. So now let's do some couching. So I'm thinking, I'm just planning this with all of you right now. So what I'm thinking is it's going to be easier to work with smaller pieces. And it's okay if I need more than one piece. It's all right. So, I have like a 5-inch, 6-inch piece here. Now, what thread do I want to use to couch it down? That is the question. Do I want to use something I already have on a thread, or on a needle, sorry. This would kind of be cool. I kind of like this, like darker. Well, actually it matches this pretty well. Do I want that? I don't know. I could even do green, but I don't think I want green. Or I can just pick a whole new color. I can try to find something like that matches this, or even go with a white, or maybe an off-white would be better. Let's do that. All right, so let me grab another needle from here, and I like the longer ones. I tend to go for longer needles. Is there one that doesn't have anything on it? I don't know. There we go. Let's see. I do have this, and I think that this matches the background a lot, and that's kind of what I think I want to go with. So I want to ask you guys if any of you have a particular show or shows that you like to binge watch, or even movies. I have Netflix and Hulu only, and I don't pay anything extra. I have like the basic of both, so I don't get like the live Hulu or anything like that. So, but if you have any suggestions, even if you're not sure that they're on Hulu or Netflix, leave your suggestions below and I'm going to check them out. I've been watching a lot of, or I've been trying to find anyway, like, I love like classic movies, and when I say classic movies, now, oops, I didn't even grab that. You see that? Yeah, this is not going to be easy. Let me redo this, because once I grab it once, I think it's going to be easier. There we go. Because then I can twist as I go. All right. I hope it works. We'll see. This shouldn't take too long. I like classic movies, and to me, classic movies are like I just watched Notting Hill again. That's with Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant, and I find it hysterical. And I love Julia Roberts. I think she's, a great actress. And Hugh Grant, he's very good in that movie. And that's what I consider classic. Or, well, I love anything like with dance. So I like old things like Footloose, right, with Kevin Bacon. And, well, I like Pretty Woman. I like, I like a lot of old movies. Top Gun. What else? My favorite all-time movie, and I think this will probably shock some of you. My favorite ever movie, ever, is Dirty Dancing. I love Patrick Swayze. I love him. I love him. It's unfortunate he's no longer with us, but I do love him in that movie. I also like to watch Roadhouse, which Patrick Swayze is in that as well. And I forget the year that he died, but I remember being very sad. And I'm still sad about it. Who wouldn't be, you know? But anyway, what else? Pretty Woman, did I say that? With Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. What else? But those are the kind of movies that I adore. I love, just like with music. Now, this will probably shock a lot of you. I do love my Christian music. I do. But I love classic rock. I love it. There are times where I can spend late into the night watching old classic rock videos, usually concerts or, like live videos, meaning, gosh, I don't know. There's just so many. There's so many that I like. Everything from Led Zeppelin to, of course, The Who and Todd Rundgren. Gosh, all of them. Of course, the Beatles. I'll watch some like REO Speedwagon, and I have to be careful here. See, I have this little loop to do here. I think I'll go this way around. Who else? I mean, it's pretty endless. Oh my gosh, George Michael. Oh. Unfortunately, a lot, not all, of these singers have passed away as well. Who else do I like to listen to in classic rock? You know what? The sun's starting to come in. Let me go ahead and close my curtain so that's not on where I'm recording. Here, that's better. Who else? I'm trying to think. It's funny when you try to think of something and you can't think of it. One of my favorites. How could I forget? And this is going to floor you guys. One of my all-time, well, there's so many, but one of my all-time favorites, who I think I like more now than I did back in the, 70s, 80s, is Guns N' Roses' Axl Rose. I even love Slash. He's the guitar player. Oh my gosh. Of course, you have Elton John and David Bowie and, oh my gosh, the gang. To me, it was the best ever time for music. It just was. And I love it all. And so, yeah. So that's the real me, folks. Not that I was trying to be anybody different ever, but, and not that it's a secret or anything, but I don't know. It just kind of got to that, conversation, and there you go. I love it. I do. I mean, I remember, and I'm sure many of you will as well, back in the day, I remember when MTV started. I was actually living in Tampa at the time, Tampa, Florida. And I only lived there, a year, and then moved back here to Jersey. But I remember it. And I loved it. loved it, loved it, loved it. And yep, yep. But you know, Todd Rundgren, Hello, It's Me. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I have watched that video. Oh my gosh, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, like, wow. Um, so I don't listen to that all the time. You know, even like Pat Benatar, Blondie, right? You have all the ladies as well. And Stevie Nicks. Oh my gosh, absolutely. So anyway, I enjoy that. And there are some nights where, I don't know, something comes to mind. Like maybe it is watching a classic movie and hearing a song, because I do, like I said, like to watch a lot of like dance type movies. And and maybe I'll hear a song in a movie and I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I start watching, you know, even the Rolling Stones, like the, You Can't Give Me No Satisfaction. That brings me back to my 8th grade dance. And the guy I went with, he ended up being, yes, my first husband. Yes, I've been married twice, although I am no longer married. Yeah. So, and I was definitely back in the day. I'm not like this anymore. But you know, going to the clubs, the dancing, you know, and leaving, you know, you would leave to go at like 11:30 at night. It's like, and that would be like the start of your evening. Oh my gosh. And then you end up in the diner afterwards. Wow, I'm telling you, like my deepest, fondest memories here. But oh yeah, then at the diner, which are open 24/7 here in Jersey, and oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you know, I have a lot of different memories as well, because you know, going to church, not only every Sunday, but of course every Wednesday night, which that stopped long ago. But oh my gosh, for years we did that, and the whole gang of us, you know, there'd be, I don't know, at any given time a dozen of us at the diner on Wednesday night after service. Oh my gosh, tons of fun, tons of fun. And yeah, so I run the gamut, and for many years I kind of backed away from the classic music, classic rock, and I don't anymore. I enjoy it, and I'm gonna listen to it and take it for what it's worth, right? I mean, yep. So that's how I feel about it. That's my conviction or non-conviction. Um, yep, and we all have different convictions as well, right? So in the Christian world, there are things that you would never do because that's your conviction. You just don't feel comfortable doing it for whatever the reason may be. Or sometimes it could be like a more iffy situation, where, you know, you don't feel that convicted about doing something. And then there's the times where, you know, or there's things that you never feel convicted about. And the classic rock was something that, I don't know, I'm going to say I was made to feel uncomfortable with. And I don't anymore because I don't, that's not me. I just don't. So, and I'm okay with that. And if any Christians, have an issue with that, okay, that's fine. We all have different convictions. But anyway, so I don't know how I got onto all of that. All I wanted to ask was if you know of any good shows or movies, now that you know what I like. I mean, I love, like the romance movies. There's such a good movie on Netflix. Oh my gosh. It is called 5 Feet Apart. It was made in 2019, so it was before COVID. It has nothing to do with COVID and the 6 feet apart thing. But the name of it is 5 Feet Apart. And it has Cole Sprouse in it. I don't know if you know Cole, but him and his twin brother are actors. But anyway, if you have Hulu, look for 5 Feet Apart. Oops, I think made a knot here. Not that I wanted to. What did I do? This is so me. Let me see if I can get this apart. But it's one of those movies, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm not. But, all right, so this is not cooperating. So what I'm going to do, I don't know what I did. I can't seem to undo it because I can't see what's wrong because it looks okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just knot this off and then start again, which is unfortunate because I was almost done with this part of it, but that's all right. Oops, this way. So yes, 5 Feet Apart. It's one of those movies, like I have certain movies that I just keep, in my, on my list, like that's what it is in Hulu. It's my list. So those are like the movies or shows that I want to watch. And so that is always in my list. I've watched it 3 or 4 times, and it's just a good movie. Like Notting Hill, that's another one that I just leave in my list. And so when I go on to Hulu, I can look there and see what I've put in my list, and then I can watch it or not watch it at that point. So, but there's some of those classics that I like to just keep there so that I have to end this the right way. This has to end. If I can end it like right there, I'll be in good shape. Let me put at least 2 more. Come on. At least 2 more stitches to hold this, to hold this the right way. But I even like, I've binged a lot of different shows, and like Army Wives. The list would be way too long, but I do like to binge shows. So if you mention something, there is a chance that I may have already seen it, but that's all right. That's all right. Leave your suggestions below and tell me, like, give me a little short description without giving anything away why you liked it, right? Was it a romance and you liked it, or was it just heartwarming or funny? I like funny things too. And I'm sure if you guys leave me comments, I'll find something else that I can put on my list. And I found a website where you can put in the name of a show and it will tell you if it was picked up again. Like SWAT. I love SWAT. And that was picked up again. They did season 6 last year, I think it was. And so, like, Criminal Minds, that's one that I binge watched, I don't know, a couple years ago, whatever. And I put it into the search on this website, and it's coming back. It's supposed to come back this fall. So if you're a Criminal Minds person, get ready for it. I don't know who's going to be in it, but yep. So yeah, and it'll tell you if it wasn't picked up again. Yeah, so yep. But I think the things that, keep me content and happy in my day-to-day life are things like, well, I go to Bible study, and I like to prepare for that because let me cut this. We're working on a book about Psalms, and I've mentioned it before, but I love studying Psalms. It's my favorite book of the Bible. And so I really enjoy preparing for that. And our next class is tomorrow night. And so I look forward to doing that and prepping. And I've taught many like Bible study class, although I am not teaching this one, so it's kind of nice not to have to prep too much. All right, I like that. I feel like I need to fix this piece right here, so let me sew that down. Let me give that a stitch or two just to get that all the way down. Let's see, is that going to grab it? Yes. I'll put one more. And you guys know I like to read. I like to garden. At this point, my garden I'm starting to tear plants out of my garden because, well, like I had my heat on today for the first time this season, and it's just so cold. It's going down into the 40s at night, almost every night now, almost. And so I had to put my heat on this morning. I was so cold. Look at how cute that came out. Oh, that looks good. It's a little slanted, but that's okay. No, that came out better than what I thought. Look at that. It almost looks like a pretzel. I made a pretzel. That's my pretzel. What was I saying? Oh, my garden, which you guys know I love to talk about. I'm going to leave this double-stranded. It'll just be easier to do the French knots. I'm going to see. So like this one up here, which is the big circle. I think I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Oh, sorry. And let's see if that looks okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Let me pull it a little tighter. All right. You know what? I'm thinking that doing the double strand is going to be too much for the smaller dots. So I think I'll just come down here and do maybe go around twice for this one because it's a smaller circle. 1, 2. It's a little hard to pull this yarn through. All right, I'm going to go ahead and knot it over here. And really the only reason I'm knotting is because, I don't know, just to keep the back looking a little better. Really no other reason. You know, maybe to save some yarn and not have it, you know, I don't want to waste the yarn on the back of it. So, okay, so we have that. You know, I could run out potentially of this yarn. I think I'm going to. I might have to use some, and I do have it, I showed it to you before, some, excuse me, some pearl thread to do those little ones, and that's fine. And I'm gonna have to, I can tell you right now, because I can barely do this one. So 1, 2, and I hope I can knot this on the back. Okay, looking good, looking good. Let me get this knotted. And we'll do the last 2 little circles that make up the, you know, like the design, so to speak, of the butterfly. Okay, well that worked out good. And now I do have, where is it? I was looking at it before with you guys. I do have, oh, actually maybe it would be kind of fun to do those a different color, right? How about, I have this. Let's use this. Yeah. And I'm probably maybe only going to do once around my needle. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll do twice, because this is definitely narrower yarn. It's not as heavy, so it will be less bulky for, come on, for the French knot. Oh, that's perfect. All right, let's do the last one. And that will be it for today. It will. All right. And you guys know I like to take things easy. And this whole project is all about the easy. I just wanted to focus more on the stitching and not the fabric, which I love using all different kinds of fabric. But I just kind of wanted to do something that wasn't fabric focused. That's a good little term, fabric focused. So now we have that done, and let me bring over, this is, you know, it's not cut or anything yet, but this is the fabric I'm going to have in the background, and we're going to have the 9 squares, and they're 2.5-inch squares, but they're not really 2.5-inch squares, because that's not square. I was looking at that the other day, like, well, that's not square. I don't know. I probably started at square at some point. And, whoops, I'm trying to zoom out. Yeah, so that's kind of funny. But anyways, whatever size they are, this is how it's going to go. It looks cute. That looks good. That dark yarn matches this. It's the same yarn. I like it. And then there's the yellow, which kind of, you know, brings out the other yellow. I like it. And even this peachier color where I did the small French knot, I think could be the same thread as this right here in the middle. And then, of course, some green is good because it will pull the green out from the other blocks. So that's it. So we're doing good. So next week is going to be this one right here. It's a flower. So every block is going to have some sort of stamping and some sort of sewing on it. And then this fabric happens to have a little bit of pink, something. I was dyeing some fabric, so some sort of ink or something on it. And I liked it, so I'm going to use that. Yeah, and then we'll have 3 more after next week. Well, again, check out to see who's participating in hashtag Stamp and Sew. And I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying using the stamps. I think it's a great way to do something different with your sewing, because you can use it as a pattern like I did here, or you can use it to stamp a word, or you can use it as a background, and it's hard to see, but this background is stamped. And yeah, so it's just a fun little way to do something a little bit different with your sewing. All right, thanks so much, everybody. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.